grocery store at 2 a.m. is a cathedral for people who can't sleep. Fluorescent saints humming above aisle 9. Everyone in here looks like they've got a story they're too tired to tell. You wanted ice cream, not any ice cream, the one with the cookie pieces, but not the brand with too many cookie pieces. That's chaos, not dessert. Exact quote, 2:43 a.m. And I'm standing under lights that make everyone look honest, holding 2 pints, trying to remember which one you meant. And this is love, I think. Not the fireworks, not the big speech, just a man in sweatpants, choosing between cookie dough and mint. The cashier doesn't ask questions at this hour. She scans, she nods, she's fighting her own war. I respect her, she respects me. 2 soldiers in a fluorescent trench who both know that someone at home is waiting for something cold and sweet. The parking lot is empty except for my car and a shopping cart someone set free. It's rolling slow under a streetlight, like it's looking for its purpose. Same, honestly. You know what nobody writes songs about? The drive home at 3 a.m. with a grocery bag on the passenger seat. The way the streetlights make everything amber, and you're not thinking about anything deep, just that she's probably still awake, sitting cross-legged on the bed, watching something terrible on her laptop. And she's gonna look up when you walk in and say, "Did you get the right one?" And you're gonna say, "Obviously," even though you stood in that aisle for 4 full minutes, reading the back of both containers like your life depended on it. Because it kinda did. In the smallest, stupidest, most important way, it kinda did. The ice cream's melting a little, the bag is wet on one side. I'm driving 5 over the speed limit, which for me, at 3 a.m. is basically a love letter. And I'm pulling into the driveway with the headlights off, carrying a plastic bag like it's holding a vow. And this is love, I think. Not the movie scene, not the grand return, just the right ice cream, and knowing how to find it in the dark somehow. Did you get the right one? Obviously. I always do. Okay, I got both just in case. You fall asleep reading every single night. The book goes face down on your chest like a little paper tent, and your breathing turns it into something alive. I take it off, find the page, fold the corner. You hate dog ears, you've told me twice, but you never wake up to do it yourself. So I think secretly you built this system for the 2 of us. I'm just a bookmark in the middle of your story, holding the place where you stopped and drifted off. Nothing flashy, nothing with a ribbon, just something keeping track of where you are when you forget. And when you pick it up tomorrow, saved your page, and that's fine. That's the whole point of being the thing that holds without being seen. You're on chapter 20-something now, some novel about a woman crossing an ocean. You told me the plot once over dinner, started crying at the risotto. Said it's not sad, it's just well written. I didn't read it, but I know every detail, because you read it out loud sometimes when you think I'm sleeping, and I let you think that because your reading voice is the only lullaby that ever worked. There's a version of love that nobody celebrates, the behind-the-scenes kind. The one where you remember she's low on shampoo before she notices. Where you move her shoes from the hallway so she doesn't trip at 6 a.m. Where you charge her phone because she always forgets, and she'll blame the phone like it's personal. Nobody writes vows about this stuff, but this is the stuff that holds the whole thing up. The invisible architecture, the bookmark that doesn't ask to be thanked, it just stays on the page and does its one small job every single night. Last night you fell asleep on chapter 31. I folded the corner, you'll find it in the morning, and keep going without knowing someone was there. In the space between the sentences, I'm just a bookmark in the middle of your story, holding the place you'll return to in the light. Nothing gold, nothing leather bound or pretty, just a crease in the corner that says someone was here tonight. Chapter 31, page 214, third paragraph. She's crossing the ocean, and you're breathing, and the tent is rising, and I'm here. You left a shirt at my place, the gray one with the stretched out neck. I haven't washed it. That's not a confession, that's a strategy. It's been on my chair for 11 days, which is long enough to be furniture. I moved it once to sit down and felt guilty, so I put it back. And isn't it stupid, the way a cotton thing can hold a room together? Isn't it stupid how I'm building weather out of something you forgot? You're 3 miles away eating lunch somewhere, and I'm having a whole relationship with your collar. My friends would call this embarrassing. My therapist would call it progress, actually. I call it Tuesday, and leave it on the chair where it belongs. The tag says medium, but you always run cold, so you bought it large on purpose. I know this because I know things about you that I never signed up to memorize. See, here's the thing nobody warns you about. It's never the big moments that get you. It's not the airport goodbye or the last dance. It's the cabinet you open looking for a mug, and sing the one she bought from that weird little shop in a town you can't even spell. It's the way your thumb still types her name before your brain catches up and says, nah. It's a gray shirt, medium tag, large fit, stretched out neck because she always pulls at things when she's nervous. And you think, man, I didn't fall in love on purpose. It just showed up in my apartment and never picked up its clothes. So I'll leave the chair the way it is, and the mug stays in the cabin. And if you ask for the shirt back, I'll say I lost it. And that won't even be a lie, because I lost something way bigger than a shirt. And I still can't find the word for it. And isn't it stupid, the way a nothing thing can build a cathedral? Isn't it stupid how I'm reading sequels to a book you closed? You're 3 miles away, probably fine, and I'm slow dancing with a ghost made of cotton and time. 11 days, 12 tomorrow. It's not a shrine, it's just a chair with a shirt. It smells like someone I'm pretending not to miss. Yeah, I'm not washing it. Yeah, I'm not washing it. Okay, alright. $6:47, and I made a deal with my alarm. Said 1 more minute, very calm. That was 4 minutes ago, maybe 5, maybe 8. The ceiling fans been watching me negotiate. I got places to be, technically in theory. The pillow has a counter argument, and I hear it, so I'll stay here just a little while. The sun can't wait outside, it'll be fine. Blankets got a hold on me, I can't explain. 1 more minute never hurt, I'll say it again. 1 more minute, just 1 more. Made it to the kitchen, that's already a win. The kettle's on, I'm counting, that is discipline. There's a bird outside that seems genuinely fine with life. Meanwhile, I'm staring at the toaster like it owes me something. My shoes are by the door, very hopeful, very ready. I respect the commitment. The ceiling fan keeps going either way. Doesn't care, honestly, same. So I'll stay here just a little while. The sun can wait outside, it'll be fine. Blankets got a hold on me, I can't explain. 1 more minute never hurt, I'll say it again. 1 more minute, just 1 more. I left at a reasonable time. I'm not gonna say what time, but it was reasonable. Check, yeah. Sunlight's doing geometry on the kitchen floor. I'm just watching the dust most stage a war. Phone's been on do not disturb since 9:30. Honestly, the silence is doing just fine. I got a half-read book and a cold brew habit. The world's a fast lane. I don't need to grab it, just lean back. Yeah, right there. The shadows stretch out long and slow. Nowhere to be, nowhere to go. The ceiling fan is humming a song I used to know. Oh, we're just drifting in the afternoon haze, getting lost in the simplest ways. No heavy topics, no what's the plan, just the rhythmic spin of a vintage fan. Cozy in the pocket, effortless and sweet, tapping out the rhythm with my bare feet. Pass the salt, look at that bird on the wire. My ambition today is a low burning fire. Small talk is the only habit I haven't fixed. Add a little reverb, keep it in the mix. Is there a point to the evening? I think we missed it. But this kind of nothing is hard to resist, isn't it? Stay right there. Between the words, there's a whole lot of room. Can you hear that? The space between the notes is where we live. Okay. Sunlight sneaking. Sunlight sneaking through the blinds like it's got a crush on you. You're still wrapped up in the sheets, doing what blankets do. One eye open, hair's a mess, looking like a work of art. The coffee maker's doing Morse code, stuttering to start. I could wake you, but honestly, the view's too good. Morning's got a highlight reel, and you're in every shot it took. The pillow's got the shape of all your little dreams. The morning stretches out much softer than it seems, and everything is golden for no reason at all. We're just waking up in tangerine light. Everything's gentle, everything's right. No alarm clock, no reason to rush. Just your sleepy little laugh and a butterscotch crush. Easy like a Sunday, sweet without the plan. Reaching for your coffee with your other hand in mine. Check the toast, it's barely tan, just the way you like. You're humming something off key, still half inside the night. Barefoot on the kitchen towels, doing little spins. The orange juice is pouring like a tiny violin. You asked me what the weather's like, I said who even cares. You smiled and stole my hoodie, disappeared upstairs. Stay right here. Between the yawns, there's something no one else can see. You feel that? The quiet before the world starts is where you're meant to be. Yeah, yeah. Where we're just waking up in tangerine light. Everything's gentle, everything's right. No alarm clock, no reason to rush. Just your sleepy little laugh and a butterscotch Just 5 more minutes. Yeah, mornings weren't made for leaving his bed. We figured that out a long time ago. Okay. Sunlight sneaking through the blinds like it's got a crush on you. You're still wrapped up in the sheets, doing what blankets do. One eye open, hair's a mess, looking like a work of art. The coffee maker's doing Morse code, stuttering to start. I could wake you, but honestly, the view's too good. Morning's got a highlight reel, and you're in every shot it took. The pillow's got the shape of all your little dreams. The morning stretches out much softer than it seems, and everything is golden for no reason at all. Oh, we're just waking up in tangerine light. Everything's gentle, everything's right. No alarm clock, no reason to rush. Just your sleepy little laugh and a butterscotch crush. Easy like a Sunday, sweet without the plan. Reaching for your coffee with your other hand in mine. Check the toast, it's barely tan, just the way you like. You're humming something off key, still half inside the night. Barefoot on the kitchen tiles, doing little spins. The orange juice is pouring like a tiny violin. You asked me what the weather's like. I said, who even cares? You smiled and stole my hoodie, disappeared upstairs. Stay right here. Between the yawns, there's something no one else can see. You feel that? The quiet before the world starts is where you're meant to be. Just your sleepy little laugh and a butterscotch crush. Just 5 more minutes. Yeah. Mornings weren't made for leaving this bed. We figured that out a long time ago. Okay. Sunlight sneaking through the blinds like it's got a crush on you. You're still wrapped up in the sheets, doing what blankets do. One eye open, hair's a mess, looking like a work of art. The coffee maker's doing Morse code, stuttering to start. I could wake you, but honestly the view's too good. Morning's got a highlight reel and you're in every shot it took. The pillow's got the shape of all your little dreams. The morning stretches out much softer than it seems, and everything is golden for no reason at all. Oh, we're just waking up in tangerine light. Everything's gentle, everything's right. No alarm clock, no reason to rush. Just your sleepy little laugh and a butterscotch crush. Easy like a Sunday, sweet without the plan. Reaching for your coffee with your other hand in mine. Check the toast, it's barely tan, just the way you like. You're humming something off key, still half inside the night. Barefoot on the kitchen tiles, doing little spins. The orange juice is pouring like a tiny violin. You asked me what the weather's like. I said, who even cares? You smiled and stole my hoodie, disappeared upstairs. Stay right here. Between the yawns, there's something no one else can see. You feel that? The quiet before the world starts is where you're meant to be. Yeah, we're just waking up in tangerine light. Everything's gentle, everything's right. No alarm clock, no reason to rush. Just your sleepy little laugh and a butterscotch crush. Just 5 more minutes. Yeah, mornings weren't made for leaving this bed. We figured that out a long time ago. Okay, check. Headphones in, the universal sign for not right now. People clock it on the train. They figure out somehow. I'm not listening to anything, the cord's not even plugged. Just carrying the vibe, the concept, the aesthetic shrug. It's not antisocial, it's more like architecture. I've built a tiny room and I'm the only member. Headphones in, the world goes soft and slow. Everybody's moving, I'm just watching the show. And just passing through a different kind of air. Present and accounted for, but only halfway there. Halfway there. Halfway there. There's a man on the platform doing something with his hands, and a kid who's eating chips with very specific plans. A woman laughing at her phone about something I'll never know. And I'm in the middle of it all, watching the whole tableau. My stop's in 4 minutes, I'm going to miss it probably. I always do when I'm paying attention to everything. 4 minutes. 3. The doors close easy. That's alright. Headphones in, the world goes soft and slow. Everybody's moving, I'm just watching the show. Not hiding, just passing through a different kind of air. Present and accounted for, but only halfway there. Halfway there. Halfway there. Missed my stop again. 3rd time this week. Worth it. Honestly. Yeah. Yeah. 3rd cup in and it's only 9:30. The barista knows my name, which is probably a sign. I've got a notebook open, written nothing yet, just the date, a star, and a small existential threat. Someone left their scarf on the chair across from me. I'm starting to think of it as company, so I'll just sit here in the haze, watch the light move through the window in its golden ways. Nothing on the agenda, nothing left to even after I let go. There's a song I half remember playing soft and low. Two strangers by the window share one piece of cake. I pretend I'm not watching for both our sakes. My phone's face down. That's called discipline, I think. Or maybe I just can't be bothered. Third cup. That's the one that makes the life feel different. The chair stops being uncomfortable. Everything slows down just enough, so I'll just sit here in the haze. Watch the light move through the window in its golden ways. Nothing on the agenda, nothing left to prove. Just me and the coffee in this easy little groove. Oh, this easy little groove. I'll probably order one more, just to stay a little longer. No one has to know. Half warm coffee on the windowsill. Phone face down on a stack of unpaid bills. Talking to the plant like it talks back. Scrolling past your face, then I scroll back. You said breathe in a text last June. I left it on red, now it hangs in the room. Like a shirt on a chair you forgot to fold. Like a punchline told, getting kinda old. I'm good at kitchen sink philosophy. Overthinking dishes in the empty light. You're good at leaving right on time. Sneakers on the mat, then you're out of sight. Guess we both were saying don't forget. Saying everything except I'm scared to lose you. Kitchen sink philosophy again. Making tiny truths from the things we never do. Late night cereal, clinking on the porcelain. TV on mute, on audience. Practicing the speech I will never send. Draft box full of hate that I don't hit send. You said call me when you're really there. I laughed it off, changed the subject, changed my hair. Now your mug's still here on the second shelf. I poured 2 cups, then drink them both myself, yeah. I'm good at kitchen sink philosophy. Overthinking dishes in the empty light. You're good at leaving right on time. Sneakers on the mat, then you're out of sight. Guess we both were saying don't forget. Saying everything except I'm scared to lose you. Kitchen sink philosophy again. Making tiny truths from the things we never do. Okay, this is important. There's one slice left. There's one slice left, and nobody's claimed it yet. It's been sitting there 20 minutes in a kind of social thread. Everyone's seen it, everyone wants it, everyone's polite. I haven't watching this situation since the appetites. The social contract says you offer it around, but my internal contract says I found it first somehow. Last slice, nobody moved. We're all pretending that we're full, we've got nothing to prove. Last slice, sitting there in the golden afternoon. somebody's gotta take it, and I hope that somebody's me soon. Take it, take it. My friend does the half-slice maneuver. Very sneaky, very clean. Takes exactly 50%, keeps the social scene serene. I respect the strategy, but it prolongs the whole affair. Now there's a quarter slice left, and it's getting weird in here. Someone said, oh, I couldn't, in a tone that means they could. I am running out of patience, and I think that's fair. Nobody's moving. The slice is getting cold. This is the most important thing happening right now. Last slice, nobody move. We're all pretending that we're full, we've got nothing to prove. Last slice, sitting there in the golden afternoon. Somebody's gotta take it, and I hope that somebody's me soon. Take it, take it. I took it. Said it was to save everyone the awkwardness. That was true. Mostly. Yeah, right. Flour on your nose. You don't even know it yet. The batter's looking chunky, but you're calling it rustic. Radio's on low, some old song we half remember. You're swaying by the stove like it's the middle of September. I'm on egg duty, cracking with one hand. Miss the bowl entirely, you pretend you didn't understand. The butter melts in circles on the pan. Saturday unfolds without a plan, and somehow every mess we make feels beautiful. Oh, we're just stacking up our Pancake Saturdays. Syrup on our fingers in the laziest ways. No reservations, no table for two. Just a crooked little kitchen and the best kind of you. Golden on the edges, soft right in the middle. Mornings taste like answers to a sweet little riddle. You want blueberries, I want chocolate chips. We compromise by adding both, that's politics. The smoke alarm is judging, but we turned it around. You fanned it with the magazine without making a sound. Bare feet on the tiles, doing your spatula dance. I burned the last one watching you, and honestly, no regrets, not a chance. Don't move. Between the flipping and the waiting, there's a whole little world. You hear that? The sizzle is the only soundtrack that we need. Yeah, we're just stacking up our Pancake Saturdays. Syrup on our fingers in the laziest ways. No reservations, no table for two. Just a crooked little kitchen and the best kind of you. One more stack. Yeah, Saturdays were built for second helpings. Pass the syrup. Yeah, we're fine. We're 15 minutes late, and she's still choosing shoes. Not between two, between the same two she chose yesterday. I'm in the car, engine running, coffee getting cold. The neighbor's watching from his porch like it's a series. And we're his favorite episode. Season 4 running late again. He's invested at this point. We're parallel park in the morning into a space too tight, bumping every edge, but somehow it's alright. Keys, wallet, phone. She forgot her phone back back up the stairs, and now the coffee's cold as stone. But we're laughing at the red lights, singing to the wrong song, late to everything we've ever been, and right where we belong. She runs out with one earring, just the left one. Says the right one wasn't matching her energy today. I don't ask, I've learned. Some questions don't want answers. They want you to nod and reverse out the driveway. She connects her phone to the aux like a surgeon, scrolls for 30 seconds at a red light. Picks the same song she picked yesterday. Says, oh, I love this one, like she just discovered it. I love her, but the algorithm is stuck. And so are we. Here we go. The truth is I leave 10 minutes early in my head, and she borrows those 10 minutes every time. So we break even. That's not math. That's marriage. Or parallel park in the morning into a space too tight. 3-point turning through the chaos, and it's perfectly fine. Forgot the lunch bag, circled back, the neighbor waves again. Season 4, episode 10, same beautiful mayhem. But the sun's out and she's laughing, and the wrong song sounding right. Late to everything together is my favorite kind of life. We made it 9 minutes late. She walks in like she's on time. Full confidence, zero guilt. I'm behind her carrying both coffees, like a roadie for the world's most beautiful disaster. The earring looked fine, by the way. Just the one. We ran out of wine an hour ago, but neither of us said let's go. The hood of the car is still warm from the drive, and your back's against the windshield, like you're daring the sky to explain itself. You pointed at something and called it Venus. I'm 90% sure it's a plane, but I nodded because correcting you would mean admitting the sky is less interesting than you think it is. And I never wanna live in that world. So let's do astronomy in the parking lot. Make constellations from the things we're not. Connect the dots between your freckle and that star. Name the galaxy after wherever you are. I don't need a telescope, I don't need the names, just the hood of this car, and the girl who turns planes into planets without shame. You said Orion looks like he's running late, belt undone, arms all over the place. I said he's just dancing, you said same thing, and something about that made more sense than anything anyone's ever taught me in a classroom. The parking lot lights went off at midnight. Some timer somewhere decided we're done, but the sky got twice as big when that happened, like it was waiting for the competition to quit. And you know what I realized lying on this hood? That every big moment in my life happened in a small place. First kiss was behind a gas station. Best conversation I ever had was in a traffic jam. And now the night I understood what forever might taste like is happening in a Walmart parking lot next to a cart return. And there's something beautiful about that. that the universe doesn't care about your backdrop. It just picks a moment, picks a person, and says, here, pay attention. This is the one you'll remember. When you're 80 and someone asks what love felt like, it felt like a warm hood and a wrong star and not correcting her. That's what it felt like. The windshield's fogging from us breathing, two little clouds where our heads were. If someone finds this car tomorrow, they'll see the outlines and wonder who was here. And I hope they don't wipe it off. I hope they leave it like evidence that two people were once perfectly still, in a place that was never meant for staying. So let's do astronomy in the parking lot. Name the dark spots after things we almost forgot. Connect the silence to the sound of your breath. Map the distance between this moment and the rest. I don't need a telescope, I don't need the truth, just the hood of this car and the absolute certainty that Venus is a plane and I love you. That one's definitely a plane. Yeah, still beautiful though. Everything out here is. The window seat is taken, but the rain gave me the next one. Foggy glass and someone's fingerprint still left from yesterday. The menu hasn't changed in years, I read it anyway. Something about choosing what you already know feels safe. She's behind the counter folding napkins into little squares, the kind of perfect no one asked for, the kind nobody sees. The espresso machine breathes out like it's been holding something in, and the whole room smells like almost and a little bit of please. Order me the rain today, I'll take it warm and slow. One cup of going nowhere with a little room to grow. The afternoon's not asking and I'm not trying to answer, just the fog, the folding napkin and the quiet little dancer behind the counter, keeping time with the rag and a song, and the feeling that I've been here all along. She mouths the words to something I can barely hear from here. The speaker's old and crackling like it's singing through a wall. A man walked in and shook his umbrella out on everyone. Nobody flinched, that's regulars, we've seen it all. The sugar jar is fingerprints from every lonely hand. The wooden stir, graveyard in the bin beside the cream. I like the archaeology of places people sit. Every coffee rings a clock, every stain's a little dream. Order me the rain today, I'll take it gray and kind. One cup of almost almost saying something I keep leaving behind. The afternoon's not pushing and the window doesn't judge. Just the steam, the stain, the sugar, and a gentle little nudge that maybe being nowhere is a somewhere after all. And the smallest room can hold you when the bigger ones feel small. She waved when I was leaving, not a big wave, just her fingers. And the rain outside felt different after that, warmer somehow. I don't know your mother's maiden name, or your blood type, or your childhood dentist, but I know you eat the corners of the sandwich first and leave the middle like a little bread island that you come back to but never do. I know your sneeze comes in threes, always non-negotiable, and that you count them on your fingers like you're keeping score against your own body. I'm collecting the ingredients slowly, one weird detail at a time. No recipe book, no measurements, just you, unfiltered, undesigned. A pinch of how you double knot your shoes, a cup of how you wave with both hands. I don't need to understand it, I just need to understand. You hold your breath through tunnels, every tunnel, even short ones. And once on the highway you nearly passed out because the tunnel wasn't longer than your optimism. You apologize to furniture when you bump into it. Full sentence, eye contact with the table. Sorry, my fault. And I have to leave the room so you don't see me falling apart. So here's what I've got so far. 2 cups of laughing at your own jokes before the punchline. A tablespoon of singing wrong lyrics with full confidence. A dash of putting chapstick on, then immediately drinking water. A generous pour of saying, I'm not tired, while your eyes are literally closed. Full gently. Don't overmix. Serve warm on a Sunday with the windows open. And absolutely no idea what you're doing. That's the recipe. That's the whole thing. And if someone asked me, what do you love about her? I wouldn't say anything beautiful. I'd say she counts her sneezes, and that would be enough. I'm collecting the ingredients slowly, building something without a name. No recipe book, no expiration date, just the way you burn toast and feel no shame. A pinch of how you talk to plants at night, a cup of how you laugh and then go quiet. I'll never finish writing this one down, and honestly I'd rather not try it. 3 sneezes every time. I counted again today. Still 3, still perfect. Okay, all right, let's go. Sunday grocery run. I wrote a list, I lost the list. Now I'm in the cereal aisle, trusting my instincts. I definitely needed something in the vegetable zone, but I'm holding a bag of chips and a fancy bar of soap. The trolley's got one bad wheel, it keeps pulling me left. I take it personally, we've been through a lot today, but I'll loop around one more time just to see past the bread, past the dairy, back to the start like always. Got nothing I came for, got everything I need. Sunday grocery run, and it's enough for me. It's enough. It's enough. There's a couple by the pasta, having a quiet debate. She wants the flat one, he wants the one that's shaped like gates. I'm rooting for her, that's just where I landed. An old man's buying 17 tins of something unplanned, undaunted. I respect the vision, I respect the scale. I put back the fancy soap and get the regular one. Somewhere between the bread and whatever comes after bread, I stop rushing just for a second. But I'll loop around one more time just to see past the bread, past the dairy, back to the start like always. Got nothing I came for, got everything I need. Sunday grocery run, and it's enough for me. It's enough. It's enough. I forgot eggs. I always forget eggs. The list would have had eggs. Yeah. She's been on that laptop for 3 hours. 1 oat latte, that's her rent. She typed 4 words, deleted 3. Stared at the ceiling like it owed her a paragraph, and typed the same word back. I know because I'm at table 7, pretending to read a book I brought upside down. And nobody's told me yet, which means either nobody noticed or everybody's being polite. And I don't know which is worse. Something's happening at the coffee shop, between the steam and the sugar and the stirring that won't stop. She looks up, I look down, whole conversation without a sound. The barista called my name twice, I didn't hear. Too busy being stupid, too busy being here. Her phone rang, she silenced it without looking. Power move, incredible technique. She drinks her coffee left-handed, which means nothing scientifically. But I've decided it means she's interesting. That's how it works in here. You build a whole person out of how they hold a cup. She caught me looking, I panicked, did that thing where you pretend you were actually looking at the clock behind her. There's no clock behind her. There's a painting of a lemon. I nodded at the lemon like, ah yes, good lemon. Committed to it fully. Smooth, very smooth. The playlist changed to something slow. The rain started outside like the cafe planned it. And for a second the whole room felt like the inside of someone's diary. And we were both on the same page. Almost. Something's happening at the coffee shop, between the rain and the refills and the thoughts I can't stop. She smiled once, could have been for me, could have been the lemon, I honestly can't guarantee. But the afternoon bent a little in her direction, and table 7 caught a feeling it can't explain. She packed up at 4 laptop bag, 1 earphone out. Walked past my table, looked at my book, said it's upside down. I said, I know it's better this way. She laughed. Not a big one, a small one, expensive kind. And she left. And I sat there, holding a cold coffee and an upside down book, smiling at a painting of a lemon, like a man who just had the best afternoon of his entire life. I don't even know her name, but table 7 remembers everything. Yeah, okay. There's a notification. I've been not reading since Tuesday. It's from someone I know. It's probably fine either way. The little bold dot just sitting there, very patient, very sure. I've developed a relationship with that dot. That's where we are. I scroll past it, around it. I give it space and time. One day I'll open it and it'll be a meme or something. But tonight it can stay right there in the blue. I'm not ready for whatever it leads me to. Might be nothing, might be everything. Probably somewhere between. The most powerful message is the one I haven't seen. Haven't seen, haven't seen. My phone's face up on the table, which is bold for me. I can see the screen from here with a reasonable degree of plausible deniability if the dot glows twice. I've read 12 articles and a recipe for rice. The rice looked fine, I didn't save it. That's on me. I think I'm avoiding something. I'm not sure what yet. The dot. Just the dot. Still there. Tuesday was a long time ago, but tonight it can stay right there in the blue. I'm not ready for whatever it leads me to. Might be nothing, might be everything. Probably somewhere between. The most powerful message is the one I haven't seen. Haven't seen, haven't seen. I opened it at 1 a.m. It was a meme. I knew it. I set 1 alarm, she set 9. 9 like she's launching a shuttle. They start at 6:15 and end at 7:02 in intervals that follow no known science. The first one is birds chirping. The second is a harp. By the 5th one, it's a submarine horn, like we're under attack from the mattress. She sleeps through all of them, all 9. I have not slept through a single one. Since the day I met this woman, my left eye has been twitching since October. Good morning to everyone except her phone, which has personally declared war on my bones. The sun's not even up, but we're in survival mode. 9 alarms deep on a residential road. She's dreaming about about beaches. I'm dreaming about silence. The cat left the bedroom at alarm number 3. Even he chose violence. She finally wakes up at 7:15, 13 minutes after the last alarm, meaning the alarms did nothing. Zero exposed fraud. The alarms were decorative. She looks at me and says, "Morning, babe," like she didn't just conduct a 40-minute symphony of psychological warfare on a man who just wanted to dream about sandwiches. I say morning back, because what am I gonna do, explain acoustics? She just set a 10th alarm out of spite. I've seen her do it. She's capable. And the thing is, I've tried everything. I bought her one of those sunrise lamps. Gentle, gradual, nature's way. She put a hat over it and went back to sleep. I tried the vibrating wristband alarm. Silent, personal, considerate. She took it off in her sleep, and I found it buzzing inside a shoe at 6 a.m. like a tiny trap motorcycle. I suggested maybe, just maybe, one alarm, set it late, wake up when it rings. She looked at me like I suggested. We sell the apartment and live in a tree. One alarm? What if I sleep through it? Baby, you sleep through 9. The number is not the variable here. You are the variable. But I didn't say that because I value my life, and also because alarm number 6 is kind of a banger, actually. The submarine one, it's got range. The cat came back at 7:20, looked at both of us, judged her for the alarms, judged me for staying, sat on the one warm spot on the bed, like a little furry landlord collecting emotional rent. Fair enough. We're all just surviving the morning in our own way. Good morning to the neighbors, yeah, we're sorry again. The 647 submarine was not part of the plan. She's brushing. There's a receipt in my jacket from November 3rd. $14 something, ink's gone blurred. I keep meaning to throw it out, I keep not doing that. It's moved through 3 washes in the pocket of this jacket. I don't even remember what the $14 was, but clearly some version of me thought it mattered. So I'll carry it a little longer, that's fine. A paper trail of someone else's time. It'll find its way, eventually everything does. No rush on the letting go, no rush. My wallet's got 4 more assorted unread, a parking stub, a dry cleaner, something in red. I am building an archive of intentions, apparently. A museum of the errands I completed temporarily. My friend says just go paperless. She's not wrong. She doesn't understand the system, though. November 3rd, $14. It was probably coffee. Yeah, probably coffee. So I'll carry it a little longer, that's fine. A paper trail of someone else's time. It'll find its way, eventually everything does. No rush to do with that information. So apparently I used too much hot water. This was announced to me at 7 a.m. Naked mid-shampoo, one eye open, by a woman holding a toothbrush like a gavel, delivering her verdict through the steam. I have 30 seconds to defend myself, but the conditioner's running down my face, and I look like a sad ghost lawyer who has lost every case he's ever taken. And this is the morning news, breaking live from the bathroom tile. Two idiots fighting over water temperature, with nothing but a towel and a smile. She says I sing too long, I say she takes the good shampoo. The jury is a rubber duck on the ledge, and honestly he's siding with you. She's got a system apparently. 3 minutes shower, 2 minutes hair, 1 minute existential standing. I asked what existential standing is. She said you wouldn't understand, it's a ritual. I do it too, I just called it being confused on a Wednesday. The bath mat soaking because someone, and I'm quoting the prosecution, doesn't understand the concept of a shower curtain. I would like the court to note the curtain is haunted, it moves on its own. I have witnesses, the rubber duck saw everything. And here's the real issue nobody's addressing: the mirror. After every shower, she draws a little smiley face in the fog every morning. Same spot, same dumb little face. And I act like I don't see it, but the other day she didn't do it because she was running late. And I stood there in front of a blank, foggy mirror like a man who just lost public art funding. So I drew it myself. Crooked, wrong, terrible. She came back in for her hair ties, saw it, didn't say a word. But I heard a laugh from the hallway, and that laugh cost me approximately 4 extra minutes of hot water, worth every second the prosecution rests. The fog clears up eventually. The mirror goes back to just being a mirror, but for a few minutes every morning it's an art gallery with one piece, one artist, and one very devoted audience member who will never, ever admit it. Yeah, this is the morning news. Same broadcast, different soap. 2 people sharing 400 square feet of steam, and somehow finding reasons for hope. She leaves the cap off the toothpaste. I leave the seat in the wrong position. The rubber duck has no comment, but his face says guilty in every edition. Okay, fine, I used all the hot water. But in my defense, the smiley face needed time to set. You can't rush art. You just can't. She's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. Okay, alright. I'm standing in the shower, done dripping victorious. Reach for the towel rack, and it's empty again. She took both towels, both. One for her body, one for her hair. That's the whole inventory. That's the national supply. I'm a grown man with a mortgage, air drying like a dog after a bath, doing a little spin nobody asked for. She's a towel thief in the first degree, left me with nothing but the breeze and my dignity, dripping on the bath mat, making tiny little aches. Every morning same crime, different stakes. She's wrapped up like a burrito on the bed, 2 towels deep and not a single shred of regret. I bought more towels, 6 brand new big ones. She absorbed them into her system within a week. I don't know where they go. There's a towel dimension in this apartment, a portal behind the hamper where they disappear, and only she has the coordinates. I found one on the balcony once drying. She said that one doesn't count, it's the plant towel. The plant towel, we have a plant towel now. The plant has its own towel and I have 0. Unbelievable. I hid one under the sink, behind the pipes. Emergency towel, my secret. She found it in 2 days. Said, oh cute, you made a little towel bunker. It's gone now, she took it. I never stood a chance. She's a towel thief and she's not even sorry. Wrapped up like royalty, that's the morning story. I'm out here using a hand towel the size of a napkin. She's 2 towels deep and somehow still napping. One for the hair and one for the soul, and I'm just standing here, damp, losing control. I'm buying 10 more tomorrow. She'll have them all by Friday. It's not a battle, it's a lifestyle. I'm drying off with a hoodie right now, don't tell her. Tell her. Okay, alright. Okay, Claude, do your thing. Yeah. 3rd espresso, 2nd tab, 1 terminal open. Got a deadline and a code base that's half broken. Headphones in, the cafe doesn't know what's happening here. I'm running Claude code on a task that took an engineer. 2 weeks last quarter, I'm giving it an afternoon. It's asking for permission. I say yeah, just assume. So I type it out, the flag, the whole thing, dangerously. Skip permissions, let it ring. Watch it go file by file, line by line. Something in the terminal feels almost fine. Almost fine. Almost fine. It's reading through my repo with a very steady hand, rewriting the function I half didn't understand. The barista calls my name, I don't move, I don't blink. Claude's mid-edit on a file I'm afraid to think about too hard, so I just let the process run. That's not reckless, that's called trust, basically, I think. It's touching files I forgot existed, a config from 2 years ago. I wrote that comment at 2 a.m. It shows. So I type it out, the flag, the whole thing, dangerously. Skip permissions, let it rain. Watch it go file by file, line by line. Something in the terminal feels almost fine. Almost fine. Almost fine. Here's the thing nobody tells you about the flag. It's not that you're being careless, it's that you've made a decision. You've looked at the task, looked at the tool, looked at your espresso getting cold, and you said, I trust this more than I trust myself. To do it line by line at 3 p.m. on a Thursday in a cafe where the Wi-Fi is just okay, and the music is a little too loud, and Claude is already 3 files deep. And honestly, it's looking pretty good. So I type it out, the flag, the whole thing, dangerously. Skip permissions, let it ring. Watch it go file by file, line by line. Something in the terminal feels almost fine. Almost fine. Almost fine. It finished. I read the diff. I wouldn't have done it that way, but it works. It genuinely works. Yeah, that one. Gray one with the stretched out neck and the pocket that sags. Washed it 40 times and it just gets softer. No flags. The zipper stopped working somewhere around last spring. I keep it unzipped, that's not giving up, that's adapting. It's been to airports, funerals, first dates, grocery runs. It has seen more of my life than most people have. So I'll wear it one more time again today. It's the first thing that I reach for, that's all I can say. Not because there's nothing else, there's plenty in the drawer. Just this one knows the shape of me. Nothing less, nothing more. Nothing more. Someone once said you should throw it out already. I held the hoodie closer, kept my answer steady. There's a stain near the cuff from a very good evening. I don't remember all of it, which means it was worth keeping. It smells like the detergent from my last apartment. Still faint, nearly gone, but there if I look for it. Last apartment. That detergent smell. Nearly gone, but still. So I'll wear it one more time again today. It's the first thing that I reach for, that's all I can say. Not because there's nothing else, there's plenty in the drawer. Just this one knows the shape of me. Nothing less, nothing more. Nothing more. I'll probably wear it tomorrow too, and the day after that. The zipper situation is fine. I've got 17 voicemails I'll never delete. Most of them are nothing. Hey, I'm outside and grab milk, and one where you pocket dialed me for 6 minutes, and I can hear you laughing at something I'll never know. That one's my favorite. 6 minutes of a joke I wasn't part of, and somehow that's the most included I've ever felt. So I built a museum out of voicemails. Admission's free, the hours are 3 a.m. Every exhibit is your voice, saying something ordinary that I turned into a monument. And the gift shop only sells the feeling in your throat when you almost call someone back, but put the phone down instead. There's one from a Tuesday, I remember the rain. You called to tell me a dog at the park looked like my uncle. That's it, that's the whole message. 14 seconds of you being absolutely sure that this information could not wait. And you were right, it couldn't. Some things are only urgent for the two people who understand why. And I know what you're thinking. Just call her, man. Pick up the phone. But that's the thing about museums. You don't touch the art. You just stand there with your hands behind your back, reading little plaques that explain what something meant to someone once in a room that doesn't exist anymore. And you nod like you understand. You don't nod really, because understanding would mean it's over. And I'm not ready for the exhibit to close, so I press play